because I'm also not feeling much. What happened? Why it is slow? Working right? Very slow. Yeah. It is you won't understand in a single day also. So next one I want to tell about the storages. We see that storage kind of stuff. Guys, I'm again telling whatever the virtualization you are using, whatever the server you are using, things are common. Things are common. Okay. So let it. So I will start with the storage part. I'm not telling a storage virtualization here. How storage we should add it to our servers. What is that meaning? We'll see. This is my server. Okay, server. vSphere server or Hyper-V server, whatever it is, it's a server. Don't ask it is 2003 server or Active Directory or DHCP. It is a server. Okay, either it is vSphere server or a any server. So otherwise, think it is a vSphere virtualization server, and it is having a hardware like a CPU and mainly RAM and hard disk. What is the purpose of this hard disk? To store the operating system and applications. Okay, but I want to create a virtual machines because it's my vSphere or a Hyper-V kind of stuff. I'm creating a multiple virtual machines. Okay, where I want to store these virtual machines, or maybe to install a operating system in the virtual machines, we need a operating system files, ISO image files are required, or maybe to create templates. So we have to store somewhere, not always physically attached one. So if I attach a storage to a server, what type of storage it is? Already I told. This is a hard disk attached to my server. So what type of storage it is? No one? Tell me. Tell me type of
Things
storage.
like DB, database, and
Type of storages. DAS, NAS, SAN, right? What is DAS?
yes, direct attached server.
What is NAS?
Network
Hmm.
attached storage.
Very good. What is SAN?
Storage area network.
Very good. Okay. So dash, NAS, SAN. So directly attached means dash storage, right? But you want to store a used data, it is not preferred to store in a directly attached one. Why? Because of if server is down, what about these virtual machines and their data? Gone, right? So you have to store this data into a centralized storage. So then, who are the centralized storages? SAN and NAS is a centralized storages. So this is my storage way. This is my storage bay. I have a disk in my storage base. Okay, either it is iSCSI storage bay. Okay, anything, and I have a server. Some server again. Don't ask Windows server. It can be a Windows server also. It can be a Windows server also. Depends upon thing, but file server. So So I said, whenever you create a machines, store the machines in the centralized storage. But here I'm using a NAS storage type. So store this data into this block. This is block level storage. So I create a storage and give into the my server. So when it is connect, it store the virtual machines in the centralized storage. Okay. So like that, either you can use or a NAS or a SAN for a centralized storages. So mostly they use a SAN storages because it's a very faster. They use what we can use SAN, fiber optical connections, faster data transmission is also there, and it is not like a just sharing folder and protocol kind of stuff. Simply directly attach a storage. How much storage you want it, you can directly attach as a block. So faster you can able to store the data. Okay. So what I have done, actually, I took a iSCSI disk instead of SAN. I don't have a SAN, so I created a iSCSI virtual iSCSI disk and I attached that is actually practical. So we have to attach disk to our VMware. How to attach? Go to VMware data store options and so tell where is your disk. So connect it automatically. This disk will be added to your server. Not physically adding, remotely adding because data is stored remotely. Data is stored here only. Okay, data stores here only, but virtually it is showing it is attached to here. Okay, so block level storage. So in our console we have to manage, go to that option, tell this particular storage I'm using for a virtual machine purpose. This particular storage I'm using for storing my ISO images. This particular storage I'm storing for a templates or a OVA files, like that. I will manage the storage into separate names. So, but I don't have currently. I don't want to do that much big thing. Just I added a multiple hard disk into my server physically. So I'm using DAS only. Okay, but we should use NAS or iSCSI disk. Directly DAS, directly attached 200 GB, 240 GB disk to my extra to my machine. I can attach more also. Okay, and I'm going to the console. See, this is the storage. You can see this is the actual the data where main hard disk. This is the extra hard disk, one for a OS and like that. So I can create multiple, or I can combine these disks together, create a large disk space. And VMware use file systems are VMFS6. File system is VMFS, VMware file system. VMware file system. Okay, already I attached, so I don't want to do anything. Just go to the see adapters. Okay, last time I tried some adapters, that's why one adapter is added. Okay, so software iSCSI rescan, just anything is attached, so it will verify with the HBA connector. See, HBA, host bus adapter. So anything is newly connected, any disk is connected or a newly iSCSI is assigned, so then it will show. So enable, disable, like that. You can put your own iSCSI name. So through server you can get it. Which virtual machine this is? See, you have to copy this name, give this name in a file server or a SAN or a iSCSI server. Give the name, and there you have to tell this is the hard disk I want to give to this server. So you will get that hard disk attached, and it will show here only. Okay, then you have to configure it and make it as a data store. Just like you can see, new data store, create a, like this. It is asking where is the disk. because of all the disk I used it, a new disk is not there. Okay, so when you are attached disk from your iSCSI or a SAN, automatically it shows the space here. Okay, these are different iSCSI adapters. See, these are devices. This is a my disks are connected like this. C0 T0 L0, C0 T1 L0, C0 T2 L0. Whenever you attach a normal hard disk, it is shows D0 means disk 0 like that. Now it is showing C0 means controller 0, target 0, target 1, target 2 means where you are connecting. L0 that is first layer it is shows like that. Okay, this is a CD-ROM. Three hard disks are connected. That names it is we can able to see. Increase the capacity, new data store, rescan, refresh. Means if you are add anything, just you have to refresh or rescan, it will show here. Then you can create a new data store and you have to give the details. That's it. Persistent memory, so many things are there. This is about your storage. Next is the networking. So I will finish the networking part, and this is need little bit attention, guys. So everybody shake your heads. Okay. So please be careful with this one. Okay. If you got a doubt, do not think, okay, you are wrong. If you got a doubt, if you don't understand, you are fine. If you feel you are understand, you are not fine. Understand? For network, because lot of terminologies are there. So we'll see that one. Guys, again I'm showing. This is my server, physical server. Think like that. My vSphere server. And I'm going to settings. Can you see how many adapters I have? Adapter 1, adapter 2, 3, 4. 4 adapters. All are connected to VMnet 0 only. Okay. But whatever it is, but 4 adapters. My machine is there. Okay. This is my physical machine because it covers network virtualization also. This is another adapter, another adapter, another adapter. Okay. So these are 4 adapters. I have one, two, three, four. Individual analysis, individual physical analysis. Okay. And I have a switch. There is a switch. I have to connect these things through network. So how to connect to the switch only, right? We'll connect like this. Okay. This part, second part of our switch connection won't changes any place. Okay. This side it will connect. Physically, 4 NICs. Physically, how many NICs? 4 NICs. Okay. First part I will tell NIC teaming. What is NIC teaming? Think like this, guys. I'm using this NIC means I'm sending and receiving a data from users. Okay. So I'm sending as well as receiving a data from in and out, right? So that is your NIC. If in case the NIC is down, so data transmitting through this NIC is down. Through this NIC, what are the data you are transmitting or receiving? You cannot get it. NIC is down. Of course, you have a 3 NICs, but 3 NICs, 3 separate IP addresses, separate communication. Okay. So what are the communication you are doing with this NIC and this particular IP address? That is stopped. Got the point, guys? Understand this point. If one NIC is down, means what are the communication you are doing with respect to IP address on this NIC is stopped. That's it. Understand or not? Up to here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then what is the solution? I combine all these NICs. Virtually or logically, I combine a physical NICs. Two NICs or maybe three NICs or four NICs. But here in this case, I took a four NICs as a single unit, and I put a name for that one as a team one. Okay, as a team one, and I assign a IP address. Means now all four NICs having a single IP address only. Earlier, individual IP addresses. Now, all four NICs having single IP address because of I made them as a team. Okay, these connections are not changing. Means outside switch connections not changing, but internally, but inside of the server, all are grouped together. All are grouped together and become single team. What is NIC teaming? Combination of two or more NICs and make it as a single team. What is the purpose of making these individual NICs as a single team? First one is redundancy. First one is redundancy. If one of the NIC failures, no problem. Other NICs will do the same work. One of the NICs failed, unable to communicate. Uh, Guys, understand? If one NIC fail, no problem. Other NICs will transmit and receive the data for the particular IP address because all are having same IP address. No difference. Okay. That is called redundancy or a failover. Remember this name, failover. What is failover? If one of the device is down, other device will give you services. Next one is load balance. CTS, ITIS. What is ITIS? Infrastructure services. What is infrastructure? Server, routers, switches, like that, right? So that is the thing. But what is the management in that one? Management is failover load balancers. If one server is down, service should not be down. Guys, remember, server is down, but service should not be down. Your Active Directory domain controller is down. 5,000 users are waiting for authentication. Your server is down. What to do? Tell me. Your Active Directory domain controller is down. Users should get authenticated. They are waiting. What to do? What is the pre-plan? Not post-plan. Pre-plan. Your Active Directory is down. Server is down.
Backup servers.
So what is the name of backup server? You can back up the data and also very good backup server. What is the name? DC down. What we need? Primary domain controller is down. We need a backup domain controller. Another server, backup server. Correct answer only. Okay, backup server. So BDC required or a ADC. Now new one, right? So ADC, domain controller, additional domain controller. Domain controller is down, but already your backup server means additional domain controller must be online. Already must be online. Anytime domain controller is down, no problem. ADC will give you authentication. So that is called a failover. Load increases. One server cannot handle. What to do? We have to put a additional servers. So total servers can handle the traffic. That is called a load balancers. These two are very important in the infrastructure. Otherwise, you need to do a job. Okay, you need to do a job. Okay, so this is about NIC teaming. My Throat is giving lot of pain. Okay, so here this is my physical analysis. These are all my physical analysis. Four analysis, physical analysis. Okay. What I'm Yeah, this is a good. You can see this one. Switch topology. You can see these three. Okay, this is a V switch zero. This is a one single physical adapter, and this is a management port, and this is my virtual machines. See, this is a diagram, guys. I will tell tomorrow. Now see, two NICs, two physical NICs. It means these are all can communicate outside by team up these two NICs. See, port group 2, standard switch, uplink 2. Okay. Next, edit settings. Now I removed that uplink. I removed that extra NIC. Okay, see, if you see the picture. What is this add uplink? What is uplink? In the VMware, uplink means physical NIC. Uplink means physical NIC. Okay, guys, I will give you one assignment here. Write down this one: port groups, virtual switches, physical analysis, VM kernel analysis. Okay. Next, management network, virtual switch, V switch. Okay. Uplink, uplink. So, what is these terminologies in the VMware vSphere? Okay. So, find out what it is. It's quite easy. So, one thing I told already, NIC teaming. Okay. So, this is a port group. Port group is nothing. Simple. See, it is a port group. Okay. This is a port group, and these are the two physical NICs combined. Okay. Assigned to a virtual switch. This is a virtual switch. And what is a virtual switch? It's a port group 1. Name of the port group is port group 1. The first. Okay. So we have to assign this port group to particular things. Like I will show you that one. This is the virtual switches. Okay. Uh, how many uplinks means in switch 1, two uplinks are there. And switch 0, one uplink means switch is a physical one. Only one uplink. See, Port group, just a name only. Port group. Port group, just a name. Okay. So VMware vSphere having different services. What are the services? Virtual machine access services. Okay. Admin access, like administrator will access, right? Admin will access. Storage access. Storage is there. Storage can be accessed through everything through network only, right? The storage access. Okay. Or maybe vCenter access, right? So different type of access to server is there. Okay. Heartbeat exchanges, like that. So I created different port groups. I created different port groups for each and every services. So one port group for accessing virtual machines, one port group for accessing storage, one port group I created accessing uh, admin console, management console. Okay. um, there's few like a vMotion. One more is there, that is called a vMotion. vMotion means a virtual machine is running in one server can able to move to another server also. One server to another server, virtual machine will move. That's why cloud is a 100% uptime it will run. Okay. So cloud, because of this virtualization and this redundancy failover, if this physical machine is down, no problem, we can transfer the virtual machine from one physical machine to another virtual machine. So VMware have a vMotion to transfer one virtual machine from one place to another place. Write down this one also, vMotion. If you don't get it, you can ask me tomorrow. Okay. So this is up to here. Okay. So what is this port group? Just it's a name. We can assign this port group to a particular kind of services. Next, V switches. Okay. So these V switches we can connect through V switches. We established a connections to port groups. Okay. And V switches will create a teams, means NICs are added like this. Okay. I will show you what I have done in my PC. I will show you that one. You can see it once again. By diagrammatical, I will show. Okay. So first of all, I'm taking switches. Switch 0, port groups are 2, uplink is 1. Switch 0, port groups are 2, uplink is 1. Switch 0. Port groups, VM network, management network. So two type of services. Okay. So this is VM switch 0, VM switch 0. If you see this diagram, this is V switch 0. This is V switch 0 and two port groups. Okay. I'm putting port group 1. Port group 1 is a VM net, another one is a management net. VM net is belongs to accessing networks. Yeah, someone. Storage in simple way. Which storage? This storage about storage topic. Not now. Tomorrow, just remind me tomorrow. So we'll take 15-20 minutes. We'll go through once again. Meanwhile, just go through the PPT, both storage and backup. Just basic point. Just go through once. Names first. Write down the names first. MBR, GPT, what is DAS, NAS, SAN, NTFS, FAT. Write down all the names in the one paper and put a question mark what it is. Topic will finish very fast. Okay, that's a simple technique. Okay, VMnet means accessing virtual machines. Management network means admin will access, right? Admin will access our server using management network. So these two are assigned to port switch 1. So two port groups. And what is this uplink? What is this uplink is an NIC. Only one NIC I'm using uplink. Through NIC only we are accessing, right? So like this. Next one is virtual switch 1. Here in this one single port group. Port group is only one. Just I created the port group 1. Okay. But two NICs. Okay. Two NICs I created. Actually, this is a name of NIC is NIC 0. This is NIC 1. This is NIC 2. Okay. So NIC 0, 1, 2. So one more NIC is available. NIC 3. Okay. Two NICs is switch 1 and it is NIC to port group 1. So I created a port group 1, that's it. I didn't assign to anyone. Okay, port group 1 and switch 1. Okay, and if you go to switch 1, port group 1, uplinks are 2. Which uplinks? We'll see here it is. Physical NICs are called uplinks. Physical NICs are called uplinks. You can see VMK1 means actually say the combination of name of calling name, like a communication name. Okay, two IP addresses I have, two IP addresses, port group 1, two NICs, but while communicating, it communicate with a single name only. Okay, so VM K1 and it is belongs to it. So this is, you can see, two NICs, one channel communication, but two NICs. If one NIC is down, another NIC will work. Just look at here only, don't look anywhere. Guys, see, this is the green means both are on condition. I'm going to remove one of the thing, means I'm going to disable one NIC. 3, disconnect. So I can disconnected one NIC. Refresh. So this is gone, but still it can able to communicate. If you want, you can test it also. Okay, still we can able to communicate to this IP address or this particular port or particular service you can able to access. This is called a redundancy. Of course, I didn't open that one, so it's okay. Again, I'm going to my server. I connected back this one, so I'm connecting. So go to refresh. It take time. Yeah, both are connected now. Means full version it is running. Of course, we there is a lot of options are there. Now we we don't get that much time. I think I finished this networking part in a VMware. vMotion, write down somewhere what is vMotion, and then ask me tomorrow. So like this, we can able to new port group, which virtual switch you want to assign. Okay, and for provisioning, which service you want to put it. NFC replication management, vMotion provisioning, fault tolerance login, like that. Okay, so how many people are alive after this? So
Me, sir, enough, sir, today.
enough. I
Yes,
thought.
sir. Yes, sir. Sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, now my throat is paining a lot. Okay, that's why I don't want to go for storages. Okay, so I have to speak of speaker. and almost some of the people are already in a death sentence. I don't want to go with the stories tomorrow. So if what are the sir told, just